What happens when an undercover boss steps into the shoes of her employees? What happens when she sees the world through their eyes? This is a story of a woman who thought she knew her company inside out until she went undercover and discovered a truth that would change everything. Her name was Valerie Harper. She was the CEO of Harper Foods, a mid-sized grocery chain known for its fresh produce and friendly service. Valerie had built the company from the ground up, starting with a single store and growing it into a regional success. She prided herself on being a hands-on leader, someone who cared about her employees and their well-being. But lately, something fell off. Sales were steady, but employee turnover was high. Complaints about workplace culture had started to trickle in, and Valerie couldn't shake the feeling that she was missing something. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Valerie made a bold decision. She would go undercover as a new employee at one of her stores. She dyed her hair, swapped her designer suits for a simple uniform, and became Val, a single mom looking for a fresh start. She chose a store in Oakwood, a small town with a manager, Darren Cole, had been with the company for over a decade. Darren was known for his efficiency, but there were whispers about his leadership style. Valerie wanted to see for herself. Her first day was a whirlwind. The store was busy and the staff seemed stressed. Valerie was assigned to the checkout line, where she met her trainer, a young woman named Kira Dawson. Kira was in her mid-20s, with tired eyes and a forced smile. She showed Valerie the ropes, but there was a heaviness in her voice, a sadness that Valerie couldn't ignore. As the days went by, Valerie noticed things she had never seen before. The employees were overworked, their breaks cut short, and their concerns dismissed. Darren was strict, often yelling at staff for minor mistakes. But it was Kira who caught Valerie's attention the most. Kira was a single mom, raising a 6-year-old son named Eli. She worked long hours, often staying late to make ends meet. Valerie could see the exhaustion in her eyes, the way she struggled to keep up with the demands of the job. One afternoon, Valerie overheard a conversation between Kira and Darren. Kira had asked for a day off to take Eli to the doctor, but Darren refused, saying the store was short-staffed. "You're replaceable, Kira," he said coldly. "If you can't handle the job, there are plenty of others who can." Valerie's heart broke as she watched Kira fight back tears. That night, Valerie couldn't sleep. She thought about Kira, about all the employees who were struggling in silence. She thought about her own journey, how hard she had worked to build Harper Foods, and how far she had strayed from her original vision. She had always believed in treating people with kindness and respect, but somewhere along the way, she had lost sight of that. The next day, Valerie decided to get closer to Kira. During their lunch break, she struck up a conversation. "You seem like you've got a lot on your plate," Valerie said gently. Kira hesitated, then sighed. "It's just hard, trying to balance everything. I want to be there for my son, but I can't afford to lose this job." Valerie listened, her heart aching for the young woman. She realized that Kira's story was just one of many, and she was determined to make things right. As the weeks went by, Valerie uncovered more troubling truths. She saw how Darren favored certain employees, how he turned a blind eye to bullying and favoritism. She saw how the staff was stretched thin, their morale at an all-time low. But she also saw their resilience, their determination to keep going despite the challenges. One day, Valerie decided to confront Darren. She revealed her true identity, and the color drained from his face. "You've been running this store like it's your own little kingdom," she said, her voice steady but firm. "But this isn't what Harper Foods stands for. We're supposed to be a family, and families take care of each other." Darren tried to defend himself, but Valerie wasn't having it. She knew what needed to be done. She called a meeting with the entire staff and apologized for the way they had been treated. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice breaking. "I should have seen this sooner. I should have done better." She announced that Darren would be stepping down and that she would be taking a more active role in the store's operations. But the biggest change came when she turned to Kira. "You've been through so much," Valerie said, her eyes filled with tears. "But you've also shown incredible strength. I want you to know that you're not alone anymore. From now on, we're going to do things differently. We're going to support each other, to lift each other up." Kira's eyes widened in disbelief. "You mean I don't have to do this alone. Valerie shook her head. No, you don't. And neither does anyone else here. The room erupted in applause, and for the first time in a long time, Valerie felt a sense of hope. She knew there was still a lot of work to be done, but she was ready to face it head-on. She had seen the pain, the fear, the struggles of her employees, and she was determined to make things right. In the weeks that followed, Valerie implemented new policies to improve workplace conditions. She introduced flexible schedules, better pay, and a zero-tolerance policy for bullying. She also created a mentorship program, pairing experienced employees with new hires to foster a sense of community. Kira thrived under the new system. She was promoted to assistant manager, and for the first time in years, she felt like she could breathe. She was able to spend more time with Eli, and the weight of her struggles began to lift. As for Valerie, she learned a valuable lesson. She realized that true leadership isn't about power or control. It's about empathy, about seeing humanity in others and doing what's right. She had gone undercover to uncover the truth, but in the end, she found something even more important: the strength to change. The story of Valerie Harper and Kira Dawson is a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference. It's a story of hope, of resilience, and of the belief that no one should have to face their struggles alone. And it's a story that will stay with you long after the final words are spoken. Before we end this emotional journey, we want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please share with others who might need a little hope today. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this one. Together, we can spread kindness and make a difference. Thank you for watching. Bye.